Winters in Western New York are no joke. The days are short, and it is not rare to go days without much sunlight. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the winter, but in Western New York, it's about a month too long. Seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short, is a major depressive disorder that affects many individuals in our area, but could take an extra toll on college students.
That you're kind of getting more like down and sluggish, and you're not getting as much vitamins and like just vitamin D from the sun.
The spring semester in particular, I really hit a slump with all the gray, the clouds, the snow.
Well, when it's like gross and rainy and cold, you just wanna curl up in bed.
Like, it's a real thing that happens, is like seasonal depression, and so being able to kind of feel that in my own body when it happens is very apparent in the fall and winter.
People in general in our area seem to talk about feeling lower, less motivated, depressive type symptoms during that time. And they'll even say, like, I believe I have seasonal affective disorder, right? Because they notice like their mood changing and kind of going into a slump, like around end of January, February into early March, you know. So, and then like you said, when the sun is shining, you just drastically notice the difference in people's mood. I always say the Bills winning is kind of like springtime in Buffalo. Everybody's just in a better mood. And so, yeah, I do see it in my practice and with students. It just seems like there's so many factors that it's hard to know if it's like weather related or just the stress of where they're at.
It is hard to know whether the drop in motivation for school is caused by the weather. Professors and students seem to have some mixed thoughts on whether it is truly the gloom and snow that causes lower scores and motivation. The harsh winter months fall right in the middle of the semester and tend to linger for a while.
I think the weather definitely affects my performance at school. The second that it gets cold outside and the sun is not up by the time I'm going to classes, I no longer want to go to classes. And then the second it's warm outside, I feel like I have a reason to live again.
I tend to not want to complete work or even go to classes when it's cold and rainy or like snowing, how it does here. But when it's nice out, I like to do work outside.
I feel like they tend to get better, but that's because with the winter slump, they really do drop. And then I get inspired again to like live life and be happy. So once it comes back to being warm and nice, that's when I start doing well again.
It is hard as maybe a professor to know if it is because of the weather or because of the time of the semester, right? That I think there is definitely a dip in motivation and presence in the classroom during those difficult months like February or end of January, right? But it also, usually by like, you think February, our semester is really kind of taken off and we're sort of like going, and I think it is a combination of being overwhelmed with maybe all of a sudden having to really step it into gear for the semester, and then the weather kind of being gray and cold and dark early. So are we having to kind of fight a little bit harder through the semester because of the weather? Maybe.